Steven!
Kevin.
David.
With our powers combined, we are the
Brothers
Board.
By the power of podcasting,
We have the power! Hey, welcome back to the Brothers Born podcast. We have been on a little hiatus recently, Kevin?
Yeah, you could say that. It's been a
And
good while.
and it's not Kevin's fault. And surprisingly, it's not David's fault. Actually, it is totally my fault. Um, had a lot of life things come up the past month, but I am back in the groove of things, folks. Hopefully, we're on a little bit more of a steady schedule again. Thank you for your patience with us.
Like how you just automatically went to assuming that it might have been my fault.
It's definitely not your fault.
No, I'm
You're
just
the
saying, but you're like, it's not Kevin's fault. Like that was a surprise.
No, surprisingly, it's not David's fault because
Uh,
usually when we miss something, no offense, Dave, it's because he's got something going on with his kids, which is fine, totally fine. But that's totally my fault this time, though. I've been a busy, busy boy.
it sounded weird the way you said that just now.
You like that?
No, not
Busy
really.
as a bee.
Please stop.
This little boy's been busy as a bee.
I'm
Like,
gonna. So, you sound like you might have been in jail talking like that.
no, not in jail. My wife and I, we went on vacation, which was sweet. I enjoyed that. I love a good vacation. Then we moved, and when we moved, it was a lot of work. It's still a lot of work, but it's cool. We still live in Southwest Florida, but different place.
Yeah,
Different.
Southwest Florida.
Yeah, dude.
That's cool.
Swiffle. So people around here call it Swiffle. That's like the abbreviation. Isn't that cool?
Um, no, not really.
I think it's freaking rad. Hey, I'm the Swiffle, bro. And
I mean, I guess it's
what
cool. Maybe that must be a Florida thing.
they could you could abbreviate yours West Tex. West Tex. Is Western Texas, right? West Tex and Swiffle.
I am as pretty much far west Texas as you can possibly get.
Yes.
Well, no, like I am definitely as far west Texas as you can possibly get.
Yeah, it's funny whenever I have patients from Texas at work sometimes. I'm like, oh, my brother lives in Texas. And usually the patients are from like Austin, Dallas, or something like that. Once in a while, I do get a guy from El Paso, though, or at least a guy who's been there because he was stationed there or he grew up there. I had one guy that grew up there and he's given me all these cool restaurants to give you. So I meant to text that to you, but I haven't yet. But yeah, El Paso's cool. Southwest Florida's cool. Swiffle makes me want to do chores every time I say swiffle. Like, oh, it's like Swiffer, you know? But anyway,
All right, man.
tomorrow is a special day. By the time this gets released, it'll already have happened. But tomorrow is a special day to celebrate moms. And I'm really like, even though it's not my day, it's not Father's Day. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. I'm excited about this Mother's Day because it is my wife and I's first Mother's Day. Well,
And
her,
and admittedly, Stephen, I have a mother.
yeah, we do have a mom.
You have a mother.
It's the same one. Last I
We
checked.
have, yeah, it's actually the same mother. Um, your mom's got a mother.
It's true. Yeah. So we
So yeah,
we thought a cool way to talk about mothers is talking about some cool mothers in like movies and TV and stuff. Now, a couple months ago, we did do an episode about like parents in movies and TV that were really cool. But this is a little bit different. We're supposed specifically focusing on moms and like tough, like cool moms who are just like, man, that chick is freaking sweet. Like I don't know. That's kind of what we're going for here. So, good point. Why don't we start with one of TV's favorite moms, and that is not TV, film's favorite moms, Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor. Yeah, I like Sarah Connor. Though I don't know how good of a role model she is for her
I
son.
mean, you gotta, I maybe, but
She
think
got
about,
arrested, is all I'm saying.
but look at the hand she's been dealt in life, dude. She's got robots chasing her from the future. Like, you can only do so much. It's not like she's never gonna have an ordinary situation there.
That's true. That's true.
But
Um,
in in her her baby daddy is like 50, 60 years younger than her, technically, right? Or even more. I don't even know. I don't remember what the distance of time was, but like that's complicated. That's a complicated situation, you know?
That is
Like,
pretty complicated.
and, I mean, you almost can't. I can't fault her for her mothering difficulties. But I will say, even though despite all that, she does still play the role of being a mom. You've seen the Sarah Connor Chronicles, that TV show that came out. Like, there's still some like teenage angst that John's going through that she kind of helps him through and stuff. So she's there for him, just maybe in a strange way.
But well, I think that okay, so John Connor sends Kyle Reese back in time, right?
Yeah.
So John Connor knows that Kyle Reese is his father,
Yes.
but does Kyle Reese know that John Connor's his son?
I don't think so. I don't, maybe correct, maybe I'm wrong here. I don't remember all the movies, but and I haven't seen the newest additions to the Terminator franchise. But I think he did. He could. You almost can't tell a guy that, because what if you tell him the pressure's on for him to hook up with his mom? Like if oh, I have to be with this girl, otherwise John's not born. Like his game is gonna be crap when he's chatting with her, dude. The
I
pressure,
mean, I don't
like,
know. But at least you have a guaranteed game.
well, that's
I
the
think,
thing. He might ruin the space-time continuum because he can't flirt appropriately because he's dealing with this pressure of, oh, I have to win this girl over, and that's tough.
do imagine if like you were in this scenario where someone's like, "Hey, you're gonna go back in time and hook up with this chick, and that's how I'm gonna get born. So get on that, buddy." And you go back and you're like, "Man, at least I know I'm getting a little something, something this trip, you know? Yeah, what's up?" And then you go and you find out that like the woman isn't really your type.
Oh
Like
yeah, that'd be
that
tough.
would kind of suck. You're like, well, I mean, I guess I have to, but
Luckily,
uh,
Sarah was his type, and like I mean, they didn't really set him up for that. I mean, they sent him back in time naked. Like, just hurry up and get on with it, man. No, but here, what if this wasn't the case, but what if Kyle Reese didn't like John Connor? Like, I don't really want that guy to be born. I'm gonna go back in time and find a different person.
it's true.
Like, I think they were buds. That's still weird, man. Like, I think they were around the same age. John Connor might have even been older than Kyle Reese when they were like, he had to have been, right? Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So,
he's older.
like, who's this kid that's gonna get with my mom? That's emotionally some weird Freudian stuff going on there, and some like, I don't know. So, barring all that, considering the situation, I think Sarah Connor did a pretty good job at protecting her son, protecting the world, and she did the best she could. And she's super tough. Like she would be a cool and fun mom to hang out with as long as the robots weren't chasing you.
Well, the thing is, if you watch Terminator 2, you kind of get the vibe that John does not think she's a cool and fun mom.
He's also like an angsty preteen or something in that movie too, though.
Yeah, but
So
I mean,
that's
kind of rightfully so in this case. He has this whole thing where he's like, "Oh yeah, my mom hooked up with all these different guys, anybody she can learn from." He's like, and they're all jerks, and then like he recognizes and has a whole discussion with the Terminator about how his childhood kind of was whacked out and weird, and you know just didn't have a normal life. So you kind of feel bad for him, honestly.
that's true. I mean, there was no way that guy's life was ever going to be normal. No, and I think in Terminator 3, he's like a homeless drunk or something. I mean,
Yeah,
you almost could have seen that coming. But yeah, but the love is still there though. She definitely loves her son.
yeah,
Like,
no, for sure, she does.
I mean, she loves him, but also because she knows he's like gonna save the world, so she kind of has to make sure he's safe. Like, definitely a good protector, um, of John Connor. Sarah Connor is, um, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's tricky because like, and it's also in film. She looks like a sweet, cool person, like cool mom to have, but like living with her might be a totally different situation. Like, do you think she like cooks breakfast for him in the morning, or
See, that's
like,
what I'm kind of getting at. I'm not, I just feel like she would have been a hard mom to have, but
all
she
right,
definitely does.
it's your
She
birthday, let's
definitely,
go to Chuck E. Cheese. Dude, what if they had a birthday party for him and she invited their Terminator? That'd be freaking sweet, dude. Like you have like a birthday party and you have this robot android guy hanging out with you. Like all your friends would be like, "Man, who's that guy?" Like, that's my Terminator.
I feel like their birthday parties involved more of like his gifts probably involved like, you know, like a knife or like a gun or some sort of like
Yeah,
hacking
probably.
tool or something. Who knows?
But his friends come over though. They always see this robot hanging around. I think they kind of explored this a little bit in that Sarah Connor TV show because they had the Summer Glau, that actress, her her Terminator robot thing, kind of just hanging around the house and stuff. But like, imagine going to your buddy's house and like Arnold Schwarzenegger is just there, standing stone cold, not really breathing because they don't do that, and just like standing sentry over the house. Man, that'd be pretty pretty crazy.
Yeah, it'd be a little bit on the intimidating side.
But she's a
But she
pretty,
is awesome though. I do like Sarah Connor.
I mean, a more modern one, Madison Clark from Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah, she's all right.
She's a
Yeah.
pretty tough mama right there. And she's another situation. I'll be granted, we sort of knew this going into this. All these stories and movies that we're going to explore, they're not your typical situation most of the time. So you have to give them a little bit of slack if they're not doing so great in the motherhood department because they're dealing with zombie apocalypse, robot apocalypse. They're in a very tough situation. Madison, for example, is in Fear the Walking Dead, the zombie apocalypse. She was a high school guidance counselor, and when the show first started, I think she kind of had a complicated relationship with her children. Um, but as it goes on, she's like, she, yeah, she's pretty tough.
Yeah,
You've watched more of that than me. Maybe you
yeah, I
could
did.
speak
I
to that.
I didn't see the last season of Fear the Walking Dead, but I saw the rest of it. Of course, she's not in that season, but yeah, no, I'd say she was pretty good. Like, because she definitely that was like kind of her whole thing. Like, she would do whatever it took to, you know, keep her children safe, and her children were like already adults pretty much. So
Yeah, and one of them was like a big druggie, and
yeah,
so like she was there for him during his personal struggles as well as like the zombie struggle. And I don't know. I thought she's on the list for me for sure. I don't have a
yeah,
lot to say about her 'cause I haven't watched all of the Fear the Walking Dead, but
yeah. She's on. Walking Dead has a few.
I think Carol's.
Yeah, I
I mean,
mean her daughter dies, but like
she's very
I mean,
motherly though.
in the
Like,
second season, Carol's pretty. Just she's one of my favorite characters in The Walking Dead, like the original Walking Dead, because she really is like a strong character, but she's also very maternal at the same time.
yeah. And I don't know. Again, I've only watched the first season of The Walking Dead, but and in that season she's not really a strong lead. But from what I've read and what you've told me, she becomes a pretty significant person, and
Yeah,
tough.
dude, she's a she's pretty out there later.
Yeah. And from what I've heard, she's very maternal to all the kids and stuff that are in the story. She like really goes out of her way to protect them and stuff. But um, so The Walking Dead's got a couple. Uh, and I think another strong one that's current is Joyce from Stranger Things, Winona Ryder's character.
Oh yeah,
She's pretty tough, man. I mean, she had to deal with her son being in the Upside Down, and she people were thought she was crazy when she was telling them about like how he went missing and um I don't know. I'm really impressed with her as well. I think that she
she,
even got to a point where she had to like help torture her son to save him, and that sucks from a motherly perspective. But
yeah, no, that's pretty awful.
like again, it's a situation. It calls for on things that are tough sometimes. But she did it, and like she saved her son's life by like when remember that in the one season they like tied him to the chair and like forced the monster, whatever it was, to get out of him by like making it super super hot or whatever. Um, yeah, it's tough, dude. But like she through it all, her oldest son, I forgot his name. What's that kid with the camera?
I don't know.
Jonathan. Like he's a little weird. Let's be real. He's a little weird, a little awkward of a guy. But she's dealing with him, and he has some like, you know, teenage issues and stuff. And then her other son goes missing. I don't know. I think she's another one currently that's
She definitely
tough.
has a level of resilience that you don't find in a lot of mothers for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, for
They're
sure.
very resilient. And she's played by Winona Ryder, who was in a Alien movie.
She was. Oh yeah,
Um,
Alien, the fourth one,
yeah,
the
Resurrection.
weakest one, not including
Yeah,
the Alien versus Predators. But
but it does draw me to Ripley, who Ripley's kind of an interesting mother too. So we got a couple things going on with her. So
oh yeah,
one, um, she states in Aliens 2 basically that she has a daughter, but you never meet this child, right?
it's, it's sort of like a John Connor, Kyle Reese situation. She's like way younger than her daughter at that point, or like
I don't know if she's younger than her daughter at that point, but yeah,
what?
because she was stuck in stasis and things like
Yeah,
that. And it's kind of like a weird thing, though. They're like, "Oh yeah, your daughter," blah, blah. And it's like, "Oh, we never knew that she even had one." But she had to leave her daughter for work, I suppose. I guess to support the family. I don't know,
yeah, yeah. And
but
which is like I don't know the situation with the baby daddy, but that's a tough call when when you have to sacrifice time with your kid to work. That's a very modern issue that a lot of people are faced with, and like I think it shows that you're a good mother in the sense that you want your to provide for your child and willing to sacrifice
yeah.
for sure.
And then, of course, on top of that, she kind of becomes a motherly figure to Newt.
Yeah, dude. That is one of my biggest gripes about Alien. I mean, I love all the Alien movies, but she works so dang hard to keep Newt safe, right? And then like she does it. The end of Aliens 2, they're flying away. Even that guy survives. And if the series ended there, you're like, okay, happy ending. Nope.
Yeah, no, Alien 3 happened. Dude, I just choose to pretend Alien 3 is not real.
I liked Alien 3 for the most part, but I just feel the writers were like, how can we continue this and not have to deal with this little kid and this other guy? Oh, dead. It's like, man. Uh, so yeah, she wakes up and she's dead. It's like, and I think they had some weird like way of killing the little girl off too. It was like, oh, it didn't freeze right or something silly. It wasn't anything like I don't remember what it was, but
Although, even though Newt was dead, she did wake up pregnant again
yes,
with a alien.
it was Alien, and that's another thing because like I will say, as far if you the standard of a good mother, not a good mother to the alien. I would say bad mother to the
Yeah,
alien.
very bad mother to that alien. Now, I mean, she made up for it more in Resurrection because what was the whole thing? They were like trying to do like these alien. That movie was weird. They were
Yeah,
trying to do like these alien clones. So there's like a clone, like a human alien hybrid sort of thing.
I kind of felt bad for that thing, dude. Like it was awful. It shouldn't exist. It was an abomination for sure. But like that thing didn't know. It was just doing what it does. And like
Yeah. I mean,
ah,
Ripley tried to give it some love too. That's her next child.
how she the way
So
that thing
out of her three, or I guess four ch children, two of them human, two of them weird ass alien things.
and the way she killed the fourth one is so messed up. That would be excruciating. Like she got that little hole in the hull of the ship and it just like just sucked its body. Oh man, oof. That would be that was tough. She made a tough call there for sure.
So
But
Ripley, maybe not quite the good mother.
again though, look at her situation, dude. That poor woman's been through absolute he double hockey stick. Like it just, ooh, I can't imagine. No wonder she probably has some serious mental health things going on,
Oh yeah,
PTSD and
obviously.
whatnot. There's no way you could like go through all that and live a normal life ever again. Like I don't know what happens to her after the fourth Alien movie. They never really, after that, they decided to go back in time with the Alien series. But oh man, I feel for her. But definitely got some motherly character. I think Newt is the high point. With Newt, she was awesome. Um, Great mother.
Yeah, I can see that.
A wise man once said, "Cash rules everything around me. It's all about the money. Dollar bills, y'all." Now, the Brothers Born are definitely not part of the Wu-Tang Clan. But the sentiment, well, it's still true. When it comes down to it, making content that we do can have some costs when it comes to equipment and certain fees. This is where you come in as a listener. No obligation here, but if you do like what we have and you would like to contribute a little bit of funds our way so we can improve our content, there's 3 different tiers of payment which you can use. The first one is a simple, cheap tier of 99 cents. Not too bad. Next tier would be $4.99, or if you're straight balling, $9.99 for the third tier. Now, there's no obligation here. We're going to do the content either way, but we definitely would appreciate a little help. Thank you in advance, and we look forward to providing more content for you.
But there's some other good mothers too.
Oh yeah, for
Um,
sure.
one mother that I like, although you don't really see her much as a mother. You don't even know she's a mother till later. But if we're going, can we jump into Star Wars for a bit? There's a couple here.
Yeah. Of course, I
All
love
right.
jumping into Star Wars.
So my first choice of good mothers, well, maybe not good mothers. That's debatable, I suppose. In Star Wars would be Hera Syndulla.
I don't know who that is, so you have to
I,
explain. This one's
and
all
I
on
know
you,
you
man.
and I know you don't know who Hera Syndulla is. So Hera Syndulla was on the show Rebels. She's also on the Ahsoka TV live action show, but not like a lot.
Okay.
Um, but during Rebels, like she leads like this rebel cell, and she has like all these people that are under her command or whatever, and they're kind of more like a family than anything else. They have like a kind of family vibe to her, and she takes kind of a motherly role there. Um, but she is also ends up she's like in love with this Jedi apprentice guy who's part of her crew, and they end up having a child.
What,
Like at the
what, like,
very end.
was she committed to someone else when this happened?
No,
Okay, cool. I wasn't
no,
sure
no.
if she was
She
married.
no, she was committed to the rebel cause. But
Ah,
like so you have the Ghost, which is the name of the ship, right? And you have Hera, she's the captain, and you have Kanan, he's like this um Jedi in hiding because this is after Order 66. And
yeah.
then there's Sabine, who's like a Mandalorian uh
Oh, I
teenage
know.
girl.
I know that character from I played that Star Wars card game a couple months
Hmm.
ago, and that
And
she
then
was I had her card.
and Ezra is another like teenager they
Oh, I
picked
had
up.
her too. Yep. Okay, now I
Yeah.
know who those
Well,
characters are.
Ezra's a guy, but
I had him too, but I had those cards in the game I played.
anyway, so they're kind of like a family in a lot of ways. And then, but her and Kanan actually form a relationship. And then in the last season, at the end of the last season, you find out that they had a child
Oh.
who you see in um the Ahsoka series. The son's in it. But anyway, I think it's hard to say like what she is as an actual mother towards her son because you don't see a lot of that interaction at all.
Yeah, yeah.
But she definitely has like a maternal role in far as the crew of the Ghost. And she's just, I don't know, she's a cool character. She's always like she puts the missions first, but she always want to try to keep them safe. Or sometimes she'll put them in situations so they can figure things out on their own. Uh, yeah, it's a pretty good show. Pretty good.
Star Wars mom I want to discuss, but I have to segue a little bit here. What do you think the most important quality of a mother is? Or parents in general, really?
I don't, that's hard to say because like, initially people you want to be like, oh, it's just important that they just love their child no matter what,
Okay,
which,
stop there. That's what I'm going for. Okay, you love the child. That is number one. You left to love the child. And you know who loved their child so much that they died? Padme Amidala died of a broken heart. She loved them so much. And her husband, or or I guess boyfriend, and
oh,
she,
that's husband. They were married.
that's right, they were a husband. And they, I don't know, she died of a broken heart. And that's motherhood. Right.
Did she die of a broken heart because of her children?
Or douchebag husband.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess
probably.
you could argue that she was, done with life and was dying, but was able to hold on just long enough to give birth to
Oh,
those children.
so that makes her an awesome mom. You know,
Yeah.
that's tremendous. Yeah, good point. Good point.
I- And it's kind of sad because she never really got to spend time with her children at all,
No,
Like poor Padme. I like Padme, although kind of a weird person if you think about it.
why is that?
Well, Anakin's like, well, I guess he's not really that much younger than her.
Like
He
I'm
really
thinking like 10 years maybe. I've known
not
a
not
couple.
it's not even that
Oh, that's
because
fine then.
he's like what eight like eight-ish I
Yeah.
think during Phantom Menace and Padme would is like 14 at that time because she's the youngest senator from ever from Naboo. She was like
Yeah.
14 when she became a senator or
Yeah,
queen, sorry,
that's
when she
not
became
that
a
bad.
queen. So
I
it's
have
really not It's not, I mean, at that time, yes, it is. But by the time they start developing a relationship, he's already like, older, and
Yeah, for sure.
it's really not that huge of a gap.
Yeah,
So yeah,
she's
never
just
mind.
a little bit of a cougar. That's all. It's no big deal. You know?
Just a little bit. Although I do feel like she kind of like he starts pursuing her and she clearly doesn't really want him to,
Yeah.
but at the same time, she kind of does. Like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. It's like, oh, you're kind of creepy, but I like that. Like you
He
know
is
what I
creepy,
mean?
man. Like
She's kind of weird.
I
She's
love
kind of
Darth
weird, is all I'm
Vader.
saying.
Darth Vader is like one of the most classic movie villains ever. But Anakin Skywalker is weird. Like Darth Vader's cool, but young Darth Vader, he's really not that cool. He gives me the heebie-jeebies a little bit.
I, I I will say, so this is why you should watch Clone Wars because he's a decent character, very good
Yeah, I know
person
they
in Clone
explore
Wars.
his character a little better in that, so I have to check it out.
But in Attack of the Clones, yeah, no, dude, he's creepy McCreeperson. But he is like an adolescent boy who just like, has been stuck in his Jedi temple forever and then,
That's
is
true,
now
yeah.
discovering girls. So it like his weird dialogue and creepiness kind of makes sense, but it still does come off odd in that movie.
You know who's a dynamite mom? Shifting gears again. Molly Weasley from Harry Potter. She is tough as nails, dude. She's awesome. Like she deals with I mean, you got this crazy evil wizard chasing like causing terror, trying to commit wizard genocide. I mean, muggle genocide going on. And here she is with a pure blood wizard family. So by all like the definition, her family's safe from Voldemort in that sense. But like she's a good person, good family, very wholesome, very motherly. She even mothers Harry, she comes in and incorporates Harry into
Yeah.
her own family. And like she's always doing very, very loving. You could see it in the books and in the movies. Their home is just like a refuge and like it's such a peaceful, sweet place to be. And on top of that, like when she finds out her son is dead, she like just goes hard with her. She's like casting spells at Bellatrix Lestrange. It's like they're just like I don't know. She's pretty tough wizard or witch as well. So I don't know. I think she is a good and she's like middle aged, which makes it even cooler for me because she's not like she's just this good mom, cares about her children, protects them, gets revenge for them, and but also does the little things as well, the one-on-one time and the nurturing aspect as well. I think of all the mothers we've discussed so far, she plays the part of tough, like fighter woman and mother like the best. Like she is like kind of brings it all together.
Yeah, she
She
does. She's a well-written mother for sure.
yeah.
She's got more than one dimension.
You said well weird mother?
Well, well, what did I say? It wasn't weird.
Think you're trying to say well wired? No,
Well, I think I said well written.
well written,
Like, yeah,
well written
because
mother.
like as in like, someone had to write this character, like as
Yes,
an author. Yeah.
well, well rounded, well rounded. Something. She's good. All right, she's cool. I
She's
like.
well, and there's something about containing water and taking it out of the ground. Who knows?
She's a good. I think she's of all the ones we discussed and probably will discuss. I think she fits the mother nurturing aspect the best for sure. Another well-rounded one, Elastigirl from The Incredibles.
Yeah, man, she thick too, you know what I'm saying?
Well, she's just like she's definitely got the mother thing. She's taking care of her kids, like loves her kids, like running them. If I remember right, they kind of try to display like she's got the busy mom thing going on. Like, oh, I got this going on, this, and like the dad's great, but he's like, I don't know. They fill all the tropes of like busy working mom kind of thing going on with her. But she's also so she like definitely has the nurturing aspect, but she's tough in battle as well versus what's his face, the guy, the villain in that movie.
Syndrome or whatever his name is.
Syndrome, yeah. Which like he's got his own set of issues, but like I don't know. I think she fits the bill pretty good too.
Yeah. I mean, there's some good mothers in cinema. Forrest Gump's mom's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
Very
she's super
nurturing and
good.
caring.
I don't really
Uh,
like Big Bang Theory, but I know his mom, she's pretty, Sheldon's mom.
oh
She's the
yeah,
one.
okay. I thought you were talking about Leonard's mom because
No,
Leonard's
no,
mom's
no.
a terrible person.
Sheldon's mom. Leonard's mom. Yeah, she's messed up. I only like Big Bang, but I know that she's like an important character in his life and stuff. So, uh, yeah, that's good. I didn't think about, um, like, well, I was thinking of all these moms who just fight bad guys. I didn't think about just moms who are just like moms.
Yeah, yeah. I think of other fictional moms too. You know, you got like Marge Simpson. She's well, anyway.
Yeah, yes, I think, this because her husband's an absolute like oaf. She does pretty good. Um, yeah, that's a fair one.
Uh, or uh, or Peggy Hill.
Oh yeah, she's wonderful. I love King of the Hill. I appreciate King of the Hill more as an adult than I did when I was watching it when I was
Yeah, no,
younger.
you do. That's such a good show, dude. Bobby Hill's so freaking funny too.
Um, and tell me this, as a person who lives in Texas, is King of the Hill, um, does it have a different meaning to you?
Well, I haven't watched it in a while, but maybe not so much. So the thing with Texas though is Texas is very like there's no it's not a cookie cutter state. What I mean is like it's because
That's
it's so
true.
big.
You're in a
You have
different
like
place.
West Texas, you have East Texas, you have, and you don't see this where I live in El Paso, the Texans here aren't really stereotypically Texan.
Yeah.
Like
Th- th-
they don't fit the mold of like the Texan like those who live in Arlen or wherever it is in King of the Hill. Arlen? Yeah,
or
Arlen's the name.
Dallas or like the
Yeah,
yeah.
like El Pasoans don't really fit that mold as much. Um, so it's hard to say.
Huh. Yeah. Well, I think we had a good discussion here about cool moms in film and TV. And
Yeah.
maybe in a month we can do cool dads. Um, that'd be kind of another one we could explore. Uh, so I still haven't done the food challenge. I got to do it. I just been so busy with our little
Oh,
move and stuff.
with your crazy fries?
Yes, my
Well,
crazy Arby's fries, but I'll get that done for hopefully soon.
admittedly, I did, but didn't at the same time. So the Burger King I went to did not actually have the cheesy tater things. They didn't have them.
Yeah.
So, but they had a new menu item at the time anyway, that I just tried instead. So,
When we have our discussion about that, I want to hear about it for sure. Um, I got to eat these crazy fries. Arby's is like doing all kinds of weird stuff right now, but I'm gonna try and get there soon. But if the next episode comes, I still haven't done it. I apologize in advance, but I am going to do it though.
all
All
right.
right. Well, this was fun. Uh, Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Again, we're hoping now we'll get on a more regular schedule again, with Unlikely Throwdowns and Brothers Born podcast.
We,
Our,
we also apologize for our website not being up.
yes, it is down right now. Hopefully, it will be back up again. I don't have a timeline on that, but eventually it will be back up again. Um, uh, yeah. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. If you have an idea for discussion topic on this podcast, you can email us at brothersbornpodcast@gmail.com. If you have an idea for a throwdown in the other show, the Unlikely Throwdowns, you can email us there as well. Again, that's brothersbornpodcast@gmail.com. We would love to. We have quite a few submissions right now. Actually, we got to crank through on our other podcast, so we'd love to get some more. And it's been fun. Kevin, any final words for the audience?
No, no final words. Just look out for your moms,
Hug
I
your
guess.
mom.
Yeah. Or
If
or don't. I mean, if that's not something that you feel is necessary for you to do,
Yeah,
I'm
if
not
your
gonna.
mom is like, if you have like, okay, if your mom's like Sarah Connor, I still think you should hug her.
Yeah, for sure.
She's working hard, dude. She's
She's
doing the
working
best
hard.
she can. Just show her some appreciation.
But if your mom is like, I don't know, what's an example of a really terrible mom?
Mother Gothel from Rapunzel.
Yeah, but you know what? Not really.
She's a terrible mom, dude. She kidnaps her daughter and houses her in a tower and doesn't let her leave. There's nothing good about that.
Yeah, no, and obviously she does that for all selfish reasons. But she does show her daughter love, even though she doesn't actually feel that love, because that love is for what her daughter is doing for her, like the hair and all that. She does show her love, though.
All right, fair. I guess I can.
But yes, she is pretty terrible.
So don't, if your mother is keeping you locked in a tower, do not hug her and escape the tower. That is our advice. If your mother's trying to stop a robot apocalypse, please give her a hug to show her some appreciation. All right. Or if she's
And
trying
if,
to stop any apocalypse that's looming. So no, they're all happening in one way, shape, or another. So
also, if going back to Carol from Walking Dead, if you are a child and Carol's not your mother, and she tells you to look at flowers, do not do that either.
because that's how they get bit by zombies.
No, like you never heard this? Oh, that's right. You didn't watch Walking Dead. You didn't watch Walking Dead that much.
No.
Okay, so kind of extra content here, I guess. Uh, if you've watched Walking Dead and you're listening to this, you probably already know this because you've seen the show. It was like a long time ago. But since Steven hasn't, I will enlighten him.
Yeah, and I'm not
So,
gonna watch it, so please enlighten me.
so later on in the series, there's this girl, like this young girl, who kind of comes obsessed with this idea of the zombies, right? The Walking Dead. Like she
Yeah.
like tries to befriend them and stuff like that.
Oh,
She basically she goes crazy. She's having a mental breakdown.
it's a little
Anyways,
girl.
yeah, the little girl.
Okay.
So, um, and there's also like this baby as well. She has like a baby sister. And so she's always like, wants to be friends with the zombies and says, they're really not that bad. And then at one point she's like, maybe I should let one bite me so I can be with them.
Oh,
Anyways, she has this baby sister and Carol ends up having to take care of them because they're like out stuck somewhere. And so this girl like ends up when they're not Carol and this other guy aren't looking, this girl kills her baby sister so that she can become a zombie and live forever. All right.
ah,
So this girl's like going nuts, and she's like, "There's another baby," and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill this baby next," because they found her. She's like, "I'm gonna kill this baby next, and we can always be together." And so Carol knows that this little girl is actually a danger to them for their survival.
I see where
So
this is going.
she takes her out into like this field, and the girl's all crying, saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I should have done it." She's like, "No, no, no." She's like, "It's okay. Just look at the pretty flowers. Just look at the flowers." So the girl's looking at pretty flowers, then Carol shoots her in the back of the head.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah, it's
that's
a pretty intense.
terrible.
Like, dude, Walking Dead, it did get a little ridiculous after a while.
Talk about ethical dilemmas. They really
Yeah,
explore in that. Wow.
after a while, it kind of you're like, whatever, it's some zombie show. But there are certain scenes that made it good, and that was one of them. Like, it's a very intense scene.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be tough to watch. So, all right. So if your mom tells you to look at the flowers, definitely don't do that. Unless you're just together at a.
I mean, if it's your real mom, it's fine. But
yeah. If I mean, yeah, I'd say if any stranger comes up to you and tells you to look at the flowers, it's probably not a good idea. I'd stay away from that. It doesn't matter how old you are. But all right, this is fun. We will catch you next time.
Bye.